Korea's chip makers just signaled a multi-decade bet on Honam. Samsung and SK Hynix plan at least 2 more fabs there by 2040. That's alongside a projected power demand of 165 gigawatts. Meanwhile, Korea's 4 biggest banks changed their household loan rules 73 times this year alone. Both stories point to the same tension: growth versus control. It's Friday, August 21st. Let's get into one of Korea's top economic stories today. Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix are finalizing plans to add fabs at the Honam Semiconductor cluster, with a completion horizon extending to 2040. The expansion follows surging demand for high-bandwidth memory chips used in AI servers, pushing producers to plan capacity years ahead. At the same time, Korea's 4 largest commercial banks adjusted household loan conditions dozens of times this year, as regulators tightened and loosened lending rules in quick succession. Here's what the numbers show. Samsung and SK Hynix are targeting 6+ alpha new production lines at Honam, driven by explosive HBM demand for AI chips. The expansion requires an estimated 165 gigawatts of power, roughly equivalent to 19 additional nuclear reactors. The government confirmed the 6+ alpha fab framework this week, running through 2040, with utility capacity now the binding constraint on the timeline. Shinhan, Hana, Woody, and KB Kookmin changed household loan terms 73 times in 2026 alone. Most of those changes tightened jeonse, or mortgage-related loan ceilings, reflecting regulators' push to curb household debt. The Bank of Korea's macro-prudential stance has hardened since spring, and further DSR tightening is expected before year-end. So what does this mean for readers following Korea from outside the country? Earlier, we said both stories point to the same tension. Here's what that actually means for you. Korea is doubling down on semiconductor capacity even as it tightens the credit conditions that shape everyday borrowing. That combination, aggressive industrial investment alongside repeated loan rule changes, is the structural pattern worth tracking more than any single headline today. That's today's AI PRISM, Front Page Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.